We shouldn't be supporting the action because he hasn't played by the rule book. So really they should be saying you actually didn't play by the rule book, Mr. President. I mean, as soon as someone else breaks that rule book, he's first down their throat. Honestly, but I think what's annoyed me more than anything today, it's a trust thing with the Iranian people. And what he said to those people was, you've got 2 weeks. Okay, I may or may not come in and take you out, basically. So what it done was give the warning around the rest of the world for our own citizens that we have in that country to get them out. Okay, that's it. You've got probably a week or 2 to get them out. That was taken away from us. Not only was that taken away from us, he just took the trust away from the Iranian people. Okay, he told them 2 weeks. Right now they're on tender hooks. Right now they are very, very vulnerable citizens over there. And the last thing you want, did we not learn anything from the Middle East of the Vietnam War? The last thing you want them doing is saying, I just hate what you're doing, and you drive them back into the arms of terrorists. Yeah. Because that's what they're doing. That's what they're doing here. What he's doing is, and you know what else is so stupid, PK? What sort of president, what sort of man gets out there and feeds everything out on social media? He's not playing with a game console here, PK. He's playing with real life stuff here. Somebody please tell him he's not running a TV show. My God, this is shocking.
So you're really concerned that we are repeating the mistakes of the forever wars as they're known?
Yeah.
You think we're doing the same thing here?
Yeah, absolutely. But I would say this to Australians, if we haven't learnt by now there's something wrong. Donald Trump has now decided he's going into the war. For God's sake, somebody tell him we ain't going in with him. So go and give me a round of applause if you like, Anthony, or the PM, but go and tell him we don't intend going in on his war with him. He just entered that war, PK, because what he just did. He is now in that war.
So are you concerned by the response from our government today? Penny Wong and Anthony Albanese saying that they support this action on these US strikes in Iran. Is that something that you think was the wrong position for the Australian government to take?
I just think, oh my goodness, it's the lamb, following the lamb here, for God's sakes. What he did, what Trump did was wrong. So that's the first thing you should have called him out on. That's not in the rule book. And you should have called him out on that sort of behaviour. That's the first thing. But it's a situation that he's now put us in. You had that 2 weeks. Okay, it's okay. Let's get our citizens out. He's giving Iranian people, go and get your stuff, move your stuff, get out of the harm's way. They don't have all those bunkers over there to protect themselves like Israel. They don't have all that stuff. He's just completely wiped any trust that we had. That's my biggest issue. And the last thing you want is what we've seen in Afghanistan is the people turning against you before you've even got in there. We don't want to see it. Same thing happened in Vietnam. Why are we repeating this?
You mentioned terror. And of course, there's already a warning in the United States in relation to potential terror, and there is a sense that could be, of course, one of the reactions. Is that something that worries you, that we are entering a new phase in relation to terrorism, something that I think we are too well across over the last few decades?
I think the bully boy president went in and said, you know what, let's just bomb them. Okay? He's thinking he's sitting there on a game board playing this stuff. This is the problem. What he didn't do was say, okay, if we do this, what I haven't heard is if he's such a great president, where's your unintended consequences board, big boy? Where are they? Where's your unintended consequences? If we do, you haven't thought about this, you've gone in, and don't tell me he planned this for weeks. He doesn't have the bloody intelligence to plan anything. He didn't plan this for weeks. He just walked in there and said, we're blowing them up today. That's what's going on here, and the rest of the world's going, okay, I'll wake up. Seriously, wake up. You're bending over to Trump already. I find it shameful. Start standing up to the man. He's a bloody sociopath.
Well, it's funny you say that because the opposition is saying that the Prime Minister should go to NATO, force a meeting to have with Trump. Prime Minister's been obviously seeking a meeting with Trump. It was delayed. Do you think he should be doing everything to have a meeting with Trump?
The Prime Minister should be going on to NATO to keep his friendships up and to deepen those friendships up with the other countries. He knows to go, don't worry about Trump. What he needs to be doing is make sure he's in that boys' club up there. And the only way you can do that is you have to continue to go to those sort of things. So he should have gone, don't worry about Trump, go and work on your relationships and keep deepening them with other countries and other leaders. That's what he should be doing. He's got the time to do that. Now go for it, Anthony. You've got a platform. You won a huge majority. Other world leaders are looking up to you. He's got that perfect opportunity. Don't waste it.
AUKUS is, of course, now under review.
Is it dead in the water? Oh, is it dead in the water yet, Patricia?
Not quite yet. I think it has perhaps some life in it, but where does it leave us with the AUKUS
Where is that life? Where is that life, Patricia? Show me where that life is.
You think it's dead?
Oh, it's dead in the water. It's a bloody joke, and we should pull out. Look into all the Five Eyes stuff and all that. So do all that stuff and have all that. But we are not getting those submarines, baby. We're not getting those submarines. They're in trouble. They can't build their own fast enough. We're in trouble here, and I just think they should say, we can't give you that. Give us back our check and let us spend them on long-range missiles and actually getting our troops ready to fight for ourselves if we ever need it, and putting some concentration and wrapping some cotton wool and some love around them and getting our military built back up here. That's what we should be doing.
Senator Jacquie Lambie, always wonderful to speak to you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks so much for having me on.